Hi, my name is Abigail and I am so excited to be making this video today. I am a 25-year-old married first-time mom. In today's video, I'm going to be recapping week 5 to 7. So hopefully you guys enjoy it and let's get straight into the video. So I found out that I was pregnant the last day of my 4th week on May 9th. So my 5th week was May 10th to the 16th. And at the time, baby was the size of a strawberry seed, which is so cute. So I had no symptoms really the first week of my pregnancy at all. Everything continued as normal. At the time, I was really active. I was doing 10,000 steps a day. I was doing my yoga, I was doing my Pilates, and that really didn't change that first week. However, my sleep did change. I would wake up periodically throughout the night, and I started taking naps during the day, which was not like me at all. In the 5th week, we had a lot of appointments to make. We had to make an appointment to see the doctor, we needed to confirm the pregnancy, we needed to book the ultrasound, and we needed to book the blood work. So I was really in the dark about exactly how the process was going to go. So it was a little nerve-wracking at first, but it all worked out in the end. Mother's Day was on the 12th of May, and it was technically my first Mother's Day. Only me and my husband knew that we were expecting, of course, so we didn't really get to share that information with anyone else, but it's still really special. We went to church that day. They had the children come in and they were handing out flowers to all of the women in the room. And so I thought it was really sweet. I got my first Mother's Day flower from children at church, so it was really beautiful. I'll insert a picture. I thought it was really special. We went out to eat, and then as a little gift from my husband to me, we picked up a couple things. So one of the things was my pregnancy journal that I've been documenting the entire process in, as well as another journal separate that I could just write in that's private and personal to me. And so it was really lovely. All right, so that's all there is to really say about week 5. I'm gonna include my bump shot because I know that that is like the most anticipated part of these videos is the bump progression, of course. When I was trying to conceive and I was looking at mommy content and I was doing research, I was so fascinated by the bump. So I'm going to be showing some clips of my bump coming up. So week 6 was a really big week for us. So week 6 was May 17th to the 23rd. Baby was the size of a pea. I had a lot of mood swings that week. I noticed that my nails were growing fast and strong, which was very strange for me. I remember my mom used to tell me like her nails were the strongest they ever were when she was pregnant with me. And so I saw that and I was like, wow, you know, like I'm really pregnant, which is just a small thing, but it was really cute. And my skin was like so clear. I started feeling nauseous this week. I had a lot of food aversions. Everything just kind of sounded gross to me that week. I was really craving chicken burgers and fries. It's the funniest thing because like I am not a burger person. So week 6 was when there was a shift in my lifestyle routine. The exercise stopped. It stopped. I was exhausted. I was so fatigued all of the time. I was sleeping so much. I'll share a little bit about my ultrasound and my blood work and everything. I'm not going to share too much because I want to keep a certain level of privacy. I will say that the blood work went great. I was surprised at how many vials they took. That was something that I didn't expect. I think they took like 5 vials and it was a lot. Apparently I got pale. They kept me for a while. It was pretty funny. I do have some concerns with a condition called preeclampsia. I have not been diagnosed with it. It just runs in my family. So we had an earlier ultrasound. First ultrasound, because I was so early, the external ultrasound was not able to see the baby. So we did have to do an internal ultrasound my first time, which I was not expecting at all. I did not have a very great experience with my first ultrasound. Since then, we've been at a different clinic that we enjoy a lot more. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to go too deep into that. But I was so blessed because I was actually able to hear baby's heartbeat, which I know is super uncommon. It even says in my pregnancy book that you can't hear the heartbeat at 6 weeks, but we did, and it was so beautiful and just reassuring to know that like baby was okay. You know, like it made it so real. I'm still trying to decide if I want to share ultrasound photos. If I do, I'll insert one now. Okay, so I will include the bump shot for week 6. So May 25th to the 31st was week 7, and baby was the size of a blueberry. And when I tell you that little blueberry, it was the blueberry to the cherry, okay? That was really difficult for me. And it was so validating when I went online and I saw other moms post videos talking about like the blueberry just absolutely taking them out, and I get it. I would say that week 7 to 9 were the most difficult weeks through my first trimester by far. My second trimester has been a breeze compared to those 3 weeks. It was a brutal 3 weeks. At the 7th week, we got the results from the blood work and ultrasound. They did inform me that I had a small subchorionic hemorrhage in my uterus, which was very nerve-wracking for me and my husband. We had to do more research on exactly what it was. A lot of anxiety with it, a lot of prayer. I was physically exhausted and fatigued that week. My anxiety was through the roof, and I had pretty regular mood swings, I would say. That week, it was a very emotional week for me. I was very nauseous, and I had a lot of food aversions, particularly to meat. That has not changed throughout my entire pregnancy so far. Meat has been really difficult for me, but especially week 7 to 9, I couldn't even cook it for my husband. Week 7 was very much a chicken noodle soup, saltines, and popsicles week. However, I am really blessed. I didn't throw up once throughout my entire first trimester. I'm really grateful for that. However, I still had frequent nausea throughout my pregnancy. And as most moms say, you know, it's not just morning sickness, it's all of the time. Also throughout that week, I was having light bleeding, and light bleeding was consistent to the end of my first trimester. The light bleeding was due to the subchorionic hemorrhage. It's just something that I had to deal with on a day-to-day basis and take it one day at a time. And the fatigue just carried through. I was exhausted. Just getting up to go to the kitchen to get something to eat was taking me out. I was napping all of the time, sleeping all of the time. And it was really hard because, you know, I'm used to being a productive person. I was used to being very active. I was used to, you know, getting my house chores done, getting everything in order. So I felt kind of uncomfortable for that time, but I also understood, you know, it's a season of life. It will pass. It has passed. And, you know, there's a certain level of grace to be given when you're going through this transition of life, you know? So now I'm going to show you guys my bump shot for week 7. So that was a recap of my first 3 weeks of pregnancy that I knew of, week 5 to 7. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to have a discussion down in the comments, how your first trimesters are going, if you're pregnant, if you're trying to conceive. I would love if any other mamas who have had subchorionic hemorrhages could leave their experience down below. It would be so reassuring to hear how you guys navigated it and how your babies are today. For the rest of my first trimester, I think I'm going to continue with this format of 3 weeks at a time until we get to 12 weeks. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to continue to be a part of this journey with me in motherhood, you can subscribe and you can click the notification bell so that you know when I post again. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon, and I hope you have a blessed day.